Hi friends, welcome to Teacher Nikki's Kitchen, where I show you the dishes that my family loves. Today, we're going to be making creamy baked macaroni and cheese. We eat macaroni and cheese often, but baked macaroni and cheese is usually for a Sunday dinner or special occasions. Other than that, sometimes we just make the boxed macaroni and cheese. So to talk to you about what I did before you got here, I boiled 1 pound of macaroni noodles just according to the box instructions. So I had well salted water and put my macaroni and cheese in there, let it boil until it was almost finished, not completely cooked because it will finish in the oven with all the other goodness. So I'm gonna get my macaroni and cheese out of the way. My oven is on preheating to 375 degrees, and we're gonna get started on this yummy, creamy cheese sauce. Our cheese sauce starts off with a roux of 4 tablespoons of butter and 1/4 cup of flour. So I'll put in my 1/4, so I'll put in my 4 tablespoons of butter. I have my burner on low heat to make sure that our butter doesn't darken. Our oven's ready. Into this, I'm going to slowly add the 1/4 cup of flour, just a little bit at a time. While I'm stirring, I'm making sure to scrape the edges so that none of the butter mixture gets stuck there or burns. Now that my butter and flour has cooked for about 2 minutes, I'm going to slowly add 3 cups of milk and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Continuing to stir to make sure that the milk doesn't scorch and that my roux gets the opportunity to thicken up this milk and cream mixture. After you add the milk and cream, it's important for you to stir continuously until the cream sauce starts to thicken. This will take about 5 to 6 minutes. We have about 1 minute of stirring left before our thickened cream sauce is ready for us to add additional ingredients. If we look closer at our cream sauce now, The viscosity of it has thickened. It makes more patterned waves as it follows my spatula. We're ready to add additional ingredients. To this, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, ½ a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and give this a good stir to break up those chunks of paprika. Gonna add about 1 teaspoon of salt. Probably not more than that because I did use salted butter. If you use unsalted butter, be sure to salt to taste. Now we're going to gradually add 1½ cups of sharp cheddar cheese. This is 1 cup. To our cheddar cheese, we're adding 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, just shredded Parmesan. And 1 full cup of Monterey Jack shredded cheese. We're going to continue stirring until the cheese is completely melted. Look at that. A great base for our macaroni and cheese. Our cheese sauce is ready for us to put back in the macaroni and give this a good mix. Now giving this a good stir to make sure that the macaroni and the cheese sauce are all mixed up together. Now I'm going to transfer the macaroni and cheese mixture into the pan so that it can be ready for baking. Looks like I've made enough that there's going to be a bonus macaroni and cheese, a little one. To spread out in my pan. And then we cover the entire top with sharp cheddar cheese. Because this macaroni and cheese was essentially already done when I transferred it to the pan, this is really a time for the topping to melt and to brown so that it has that familiar brown, bubbly top. To help that without overcooking the macaroni and cheese, I use a little bit of avocado spray. Just give it a couple of squirts to encourage accelerated browning, because the goal is a nice golden top but for it to be all creamy and dreamy underneath. I've transferred my macaroni and cheese to a baking sheet to support underneath, and it's going in a 375-degree oven. Going to let it stay in our preheated oven for 25 to 30 minutes, and we'll stop as soon as the top is golden and bubbly. Our macaroni and cheese has been in the oven for about 27 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. I can already smell the round, bubbly cheese on top. Remember, our goal was to have a golden brown top and for it to still be creamy underneath, so you get the best of both worlds. My plate. Get a little bit from this corner. Make sure I get the golden cheese and the creamy mac and cheese sauce underneath. Add it to my plate. Notice how we have the creamy mac and the golden crispy top. And a little cheese pull. Just right with the right amount of creaminess. Now for what I think is the best part, the golden cheese on top. Let me get this plate. Let me get this bite together. Creamy mac and cheese with the crispy cheese on top. That is a winning macaroni and cheese. I hope you've enjoyed learning how I make creamy baked macaroni and cheese for my family. Is macaroni and cheese something that you often share with your family, or is it something that only happens on special occasions? Let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing as I continue to share the dishes that my family loves, from my kitchen to yours. I'll see you next time. Bye.